Hello and welcome to the Japa Talks, the podcast where we have real conversations about what it means to pack your bags, leave Niger, and chase the better life in quote abroad. I'm Joke, and with me on the show is
My humble self, just
this episode. We will be looking at quite a rarely talked about subject. In fact, what comes to my mind is Ashake's song, what you were humming it a couple of minutes ago, is Lonely at the Top, Lonely, Lonely, Lonely. On this episode, we'll be looking at the lonely side of Japa. And it's quite funny because, Joshua, every time you think about, traveling abroad, way back in Nigeria, you kind of get excited about wanting to travel abroad, yes?
just talking about what's ahead. What things
Yeah, as you're like, oh gosh, I'm traveling.
exciting.
As in, and there's, you've got butterflies in your belly. You're thinking about all the things that you get. And it feels like it's a different reality when you then decide to pack up and leave outside the country. And that reality will form the thrust of what we'll be discussing on this episode. So please join the conversation online at the Japa Talks on Instagram, X, Facebook, and also subscribe to our YouTube page at the Japa Talks. And follow the conversation, leave your comments. We would love to hear your lonely story. Or maybe not. Maybe you had a fun story. We would like to hear that too.
So
Let's talk about, what loneliness is and what it appears as. Let me even ask you, Save, when you moved down here, were you lonely at any point?
at some point, yes.
Oh, really?
Yes. At some
You moved here with family.
yes,
But what was making you lonely?
it's moving with family means provides an extra layer of loneliness, if I can say that. Because apart from the fact that you have your immediate family with you that you can, you love them, you can relate with them, you can gist and chat and take them out.
Mm.
And that's about
All that you
like,
get. That's the
right?
that's the beginning
That's
and
the beginning
stop.
and the full stop of it. So all the excitement of weekend getaway, Ambe, exit. All the excitement of I'm grabbing dinner and drinks with my friends on impromptu visits, out of it. All the excitement of we're hooking up after work on the island.
Oh shit.
No, we
I
really
absolutely miss that. All the you talking about it now. I'm already missing
didn't realize it
until it's no longer there.
or because of the family, like you said, because of the family. Now what I create is I have to be intentional with okay, so there's got to be a social life.
Yeah, with a
If
different
we just work.
before we even get into the topic of social life, for me, I think it was a bit different because I obviously had come in here like a couple of months before my family came in, and
So you were all
it was so I was living alone, and it was a different form of lonely. As in, it was an absolutely different form of lonely because I looked around and all I saw was myself.
Or did you not have friends?
I did have friends, but you see, it's different having friends here and having friends in Nigeria. What will it cost you, eh? As crazy as we say Nigeria is, yeah? If you live in Lagos, even if you want to go and look for somebody in Badagry, yeah?
It's just my car key.
Is you will start jump inside your car, you will reach there. Somehow follow traffic, but you would get there. But as in, but then when you think about having a friend in maybe somewhere like Manchester, because I did have friends, I had friends who lived in Essex at the time. I had friends who were in Manchester. I was in London. Essex to London is not even too far, but it's when you ask the person that you want to go and meet that where
When you want to
where
book
are you?
when you want to book friendship appointment, where are you on social dates?
No, like you like.
Back home?
Will you be at home? No, I'll be at work. I'm sorry. I'll be at work. Do you dig it? As in, and then sometimes you have to also think about, the travel that you have to do. I was talking to a friend maybe a couple of days back, and I've been in the country for so many years. It's been here since like forever. and we've not seen each other. And I was like, like it was like, I'm just 2 hours away from you. I'm in Leeds. I'm like, you're in Leeds. I'm like, Leeds. I'm like, are you sure? Leeds? Are you sure it's not on the way to Scotland? Is it?
Wait, but truly, is it?
I think the way he even said the Leeds, it made it appear like it was really so far. I was like, are you sure? Are you sure you're not close? Because I was like, I'm not close to Scotland.
Yeah.
I'm like 2 hours there. I'm like, so how come we've not even seen each other? Like I've been in this country for years, and we've not, like, we're setting appointments like, oh yeah, we should try and see each other, and that's how bad it gets here.
Is it? Do you know what? Is there something that is responsible for that?
I think it's the way that the country is structured. The fact that, number one, there's kind of like this hourly pay regime. One,
the system of
and two is the fact that everything doesn't shut down Friday. I think that's also because way back home, you knew that if you got off work on Friday, you have the rest of the weekend to visit friends,
Even your Friday,
go out. Even yeah, just
I thought you
exactly.
said CGIL where this packed up.
As in, so you could decide on Friday, maybe when you're going to work on Friday, to pack a bag
For 2 days.
you get, as in, and then you just enter and go and see a friend or something. You get.
You can actually still do that, okay? You can. Newcastle is not so far. It's just having 4 hours on train.
I should come and look for you.
Yeah.
In what's it called?
What are friends for?
Is it
Just 2 days.
by the time you're even leaving?
Saturday.
By the time you're even leaving, what the way you are breathing, like all you are saying is your bed. As in, like, so I think it's a mix of like different things. I missed home for a lot of reasons. I missed home because obviously my family wasn't here. One, I missed home for food, because I have a really different, like an awful palate. All I can eat is Nigerian food. So that just makes it really worse. So, I had moments where I would just sit down. I'll be like, oh gosh, if only I could just see, Surulere Amala. Hi. Like that Amala Shita that is on, that I just, all I had to do was pick up my car key and just drive to Shita and sit down with Ogufe. That made sense. Like kind of, what's it called? Or I'll just, be in my room at the time. I was just like, oh gosh, like what will I eat this night? I'm like, oh gosh, I was in Lagos. I'll just walk outside now. I will go to Aboki at the junction and buy suya and just use it to drink gari. Sorted for the night. Okay, you're good to go. All that one is not there anymore. So those are the things that you actually, absolutely miss. And I know it's really easy for people at home to say, stay there, be missing suya. Maybe you have light.
It is because you have money to buy the suya at night.
And maybe it's because you have light and you have good roads and you have all this. But you can't take away the emotions from this journey.
Oh, you can.
As fun as and as tricky as upping and leaving the country and moving to a new country to start over can be, it takes a lot of emotional investment, and loneliness, homesickness is a huge part of it, and we never talk about it enough. We never. I think we kind of like get, you wake up in the morning, you chin up, and you just get going, and we try to stay distracted without addressing it.
So, okay, there's a lot involved, because you mentioned that the emotional and physical loneliness, emotional loneliness, and all that, and then it boils down to mental loneliness and all that. There are a lot of things that many of us had to bottle up upon arrival here. There are different circumstances that brought us here.
Certainly.
And then when you now get here, depending on the level of information that you had before you came in, you will not have to deal with the realities. If you're fortunate enough to have the right information and the right circle of people around you, it will make your journey easier.
Obviously.
And your settlement easier.
Definitely.
But if not, you now have to deal with that first, while your mental health is suffering, your emotional health is suffering. In fact, you begin to manifest in your physical appearance because you're no longer taking care of yourself.
Exactly. Your self-care becomes so poor.
You're not
Yeah.
you're not thriving. So for me, the first 3 months was very, very tough. They were very, very tough months for me because my dad passed within 3 months.
Yeah.
And
How
at that
that
time,
was.
I was not doing the job I wanted to do. It wasn't a job I was proud of doing. Do you understand? I needed
Bills, obvious.
I needed to pay my bills.
Bills or waiting, you want to be extra, pay bills here, and you had bills waiting for 1800.
My-
That alone, self, takes a toll on your
oh,
your mental
yeah,
health.
like,
Yeah.
no. So you imagine losing your father, you cannot go home to travel for the burial.
That's
And
another thing.
although my employer were really, really supportive, they gave me 3 days off. That
And you get that. Yeah, you have bereavement.
bereavement leave. And my manager was like, if you need more, I mean, shout out to Alex. If you need more time out, I'll give you time. Go meet your family. As at that time, I wasn't even staying with my immediate family.
As
I had to go travel somewhere down south to go and work when my family was in the north. So a lot of us that I mean migrants who travel to Europe to live, we're not really settled immediately we get here, and therefore that loneliness manifests.
it hit differently. To be honest, you could be home. People would argue that you could be home and be lonely. Yes, that could also happen.
Be home and be lonely.
Like you could be home, and I mean back home in Nigeria, and still be lonely. That could happen.
I wasn't lonely in Nigeria.
Yeah, well, I didn't have that experience because I always had friends. I had work, and once I was done with work, it felt like, there was just always
Even
people
at work,
around.
it was fun.
There was just always people around you, saying as in. And worst case scenario is that I will even stand outside and do Coming to America. Good morning, my neighbor. All my neighbors will answer me, and they will like, yeah. If I stand outside, they will probably even call
The phone will ring.
so
Like
ambulance that somebody having a mental health break.
the mental health break. I'm noticing something wrong with.
That's the she doesn't she does appear like she's in her right senses. And before you know it, I will be bundled. Anyways, it was the conversations that you could have with your community, your neighbors, and you the chit chat, and it's pretty difficult to get here. I stayed in my area for at least more than a year before I had a proper conversation with my neighbors.
A year.
Yeah.
You probably didn't even know your neighbors.
Not like I didn't know them, obviously, as in they would come out, they would walk past and all that. But it was just the conversation. Yeah. The kind of conversation they would have that would come from a good morning. And I know this experience is very similar to what a lot of people are experiencing. As in, people would come out here, they would have, different experiences when they come. Settling could be an issue. Trying to find your way and navigate resources, what is available. It's so much also a problem, and you have to battle with that. And then all around you, you find yourself alone. So I believe loneliness is something that everybody, every migrant would feel. It's an emotion that we would all feel while on this journey. At some point, it could be at the start, you could have it at the middle. And so if we have people watching us now and who have experienced loneliness in one form or the other, maybe you are trying to settle when you came in, or maybe it could even be years after that you are really craving home and you're feeling lonely, please share your experiences with us. Go to our Instagram page, X, Facebook at the Japa Talks, and let's hear your thoughts. Share your thoughts with us. We're also on YouTube at the Japa Talks. So join the conversation and let's hear what you think. Welcome back. You're still on the Japa Talks, the podcast where we have real conversations about migrant journeys. And on this episode, like we said before, we are talking lonely in the abroad.
Could be very.
Yeah. And before we went on that break, we were talking about just the things that you crave for, the things that we miss from home. It's the food, it's the people, it's the support, it's the community, it's the parties. Like, gosh, what I would do for a proper one better, you would tie gele.
Okay.
Ha!
Let me tell you one thing I crave right now is to have, when you have the agbada. You've seen
That they will do work, that we
Lagos-
be that. Do you know? Anytime I'm on
Instagram.
I say, "Show my no way show my I'm like, go.
Oh gosh,
As
I'm agbada right there inside my wardrobe. I never went away.
like, oh gosh,
So how do we cope with this?
how do you cope with it? Well, a few tips. I'll tell you how I've managed. I think for first is to find your community.
Community, yeah,
Yeah, so,
and that includes your neighbors, and then not necessarily limited to your physical community.
I'll tell you something I've tried to do that has made it like way easy for me. Yeah, is the fact that when my friends were coming in from Nigeria and they're like newly moving into the continent,
You found me. I
don't say, you guys can actually come and live where I live.
Opero Sogo.
As in, like, it's not far from London. You don't even have to spend too much money.
You
My relatives, you would think that the council is paying me money to advertise work. As in,
because you didn't pay your area.
and then a lot of my friends, one after the other, will then start getting, close to where I live in a way that before you know it, I when I look around, I can find people around me.
That makes sense.
That's something I've done. Do you understand? As in, what are you? Obviously, like when they are coming in, sometimes people are struggling with accommodation. So you come and stay with me for a few weeks while you're trying to figure things out. Obviously, while you are staying with me,
I'll find house for you in that area.
I'm like, and I start for also. Do you get, as in, like,
Works.
yeah, as in, and
you get a sense of community.
yeah, exactly. And so in that way, I've built a sense of community. It's not just for you. It's also the fact that your kids also need that sense of community. As in, I can't tell you how much my son has like metamorphosed in terms of, I'm a bit more at peace with him, going to my friend's house, because I know them, I know their family, I know what they are capable of, I know their children, I know their pedigree, and it gives me a lot more. I can't be doing, research into new friends at this point. Oh, I have a new friend. I want to go and visit the friend, and I'm like, who is this person? Who is their parents? What do they do? As in, are they
Where people live?
where do you understand? Are they good people? You understand, as a, but with someone that I've known or that we have history together, it's easy. It's easy. You kind of like know that. So not just for you, it's also for the kids. Another thing that also that I think that I've also tried to do is I try to create my own slice of
Happiness.
home. I was talking earlier about not being able to, eat food. I'm not the intercontinental dish kind of person. So, like, I look for Nigerian restaurants around me. The other day I was coming from work, and as I was driving, I was like, God, I'm so hungry. And I didn't really feel like cooking, like I had food in my fridge and all that. But I just didn't feel like all the things that I had at home and all that. I just went online. I was like, okay, There's a one Nigerian African restaurant in my area. I just ordered asun, asun, fish and yam. As a we had an absolute ball. We even had movie nights with it. As a do you get as
Even
like
if you didn't taste or feel like the
even if
traditional,
but at
least there's a
at least because I started remembering that place on CMD Road. You remember we like eat fish at CMD Road? I was like, oh gosh, that fish is what I'm really, really craving right now. Catfish, don't it grilled, all like pepper. You know, I was like, I see, but at least it was my own slice of home.
yeah, you create.
And I created it.
And I think that
And we did have fun that night. Like just we watched the movie, we had fun as a family. So yeah, that's another way that I do it.
Just like you said, creating that sense of community and then creating your own, your slice of happiness for yourself work. For me, I've realized. I mean, I'm more an indoor person, right? Unlike my wife, virtually everybody in the neighborhood knows her. And then my second child is is a social butterfly, greet everybody, and everybody knows her in school and all that. But so they tend to push me more.
Wow.
So, oh, that we're going somewhere today. Can we go to the beach tomorrow? This weekend, and then there's a park this, there's a park there. No, I mean, apart from Nigerians that live in the area, I mean, shout outs to Mr. Yinka. He's got an amazing family. They live close as well. And then I've got other Africans in the area, like have a Ghanaian family, have the Zimbabwean family that will go, visit each other and all that. One thing that works for me really is, and it's quite unusual, work friends.
Yeah.
I spent more time at work,
That's
right?
true.
And there's a thin line, yeah, between colleagues and friends,
Yeah. True.
especially in here.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we're going to talk about that in some other episodes. But you have to find who you can trust.
Colleagues that you
Like
could meet up.
colleagues that will
Yeah.
put
To into friends. Yeah.
I've gone out with a couple of friends here, and a couple of friends started from work.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, do you drink? Ah, no, I don't drink. Oh, do you smoke? Oh, no, I don't smoke, but I do eat this. I do eat that. And they will respect your choices.
Yeah, of course.
And then they will like, oh, you just need to have fun. Just
Yeah.
take out and all that. So it gives you some sense of belonging, kill some boredom, and then chase away some of those loneliness that you have. But aside that, it's just to create, fun with my family, have some movie nights. That's it.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Another thing that, I think people can also do is, just look for fun places. And when you go out, make friends. And to be honest, make friends with your neighbors. I didn't know just how important that was until one day I locked my key inside.
They locked your key in.
I went outside to throw something in the bin, and
You locked yourself out.
my key was inside, and my door is such that if you jam it,
It's locked.
it's locked.
It has to be open from the back.
So it has to be opened from the back. Lucky me, I had my phone with me while I went out. So I then dialed
Agency.
no, the key people, the people who kind of like
Join us.
opened, the door, the
January.
handy, what's it called?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
They'll call out fee.
they call out fee. And they first give me call out fee. How much? £27 call out fee. The guy not got here. I was like, okay, at least come out. It was like they were going to do it for £50. So call out fee. So everything was going to be £77 just because I went outside to go and throw in the way. That's why I wanted to beat myself that day. Anyways, so on this day, the guy eventually came. He now saw the door and then said, "Oh no, we're going to have to break that. What's it called? Because the key is there, as in, and I have to replace the. And by the time he gave me my total, it was like 200. I was like, forget it. I was like, forget. Don't bother. Because when I did the maths, when I calculated it, I was like, because I will wear a slip outside. Long story short, guy gave me a like really nice tip before he left. Was like, you've got your top window open. If you can get a ladder, you can actually get in. That's the day that I know that I'm in my first life. I was a Spider-Man.
So you climbed.
Wait now. I started going for my neighbors that I didn't know.
Not the adult.
Please, have you got a ladder?
Your conditional friend.
And that's how I became friends with my neighbors. I'd lived here. I'm sure some of them didn't even know I existed.
And what they'll never forget that the latest came borrowing another ladder.
Do you know they came out with me? I had no idea that, they could be that nice. They held the ladder for me. And I'm not even talking young people now. They held the ladder for me till I climbed it, went in, got.
Wait a minute. You climbed it. What about the joining man that you called?
The guy had gone.
Oh,
because
so he only gave you the idea.
He just gave me the idea that my window is open. Like the window up is open and I could get in if I had a ladder.
So your neighbors.
But they were the ones who bailed me out. And that's how I formed friendship with my neighbors. Short of Christmas time, not going to knock on their door and be like, can I bring jollof rice to you?
I mean, I've got amazing neighbors too, to be honest. I've got
Bring jollof rice to you. But that's how nice they were to me. And so that's like another ball of, community there that, people can explore. Don't be like, oh, we don't speak the same, we don't speak the same way. I will struggle to understand people. Get to know people. They are nice people. They are nice people who have nice kids around you. Identify them and form good friendships.
getting to know people. There's a point I need to make quickly. Do not come with a mindset.
Yeah, completely. I agree.
Me, everybody knows me. All the places I've worked, you would not even think that, except of course that you cannot change this skin of mine. You will not know that, oh, this guy was not born here.
Mm-hmm.
The way I'll blend with you. You drink coffee. I don't mind coffee. You need tea that you drink. Tea in every minute. What I don't do, I will not do.
Yeah.
But that which you do that I know I can do.
Can do, yeah.
It together. And it works. It's amazing what you can do over a cup of coffee.
I'm telling you, the kind of gist that you hear.
Solutions to your problem over a cup of coffee. Loneliness.
Yeah,
I pop it up my list over a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And I'm talking Pam, shout out. I'm talking Jill, shout out to you.
As in
cup of coffee, it solves big problems for me. So
while you are finding your Niger people, also find the UK people, the British people. British people can be a lot of fun. They can be, as in, like if you're in Canada, find Toronto people, find Canadians. If you're in the US, find people from Chicago, find people from the local community where you belong. Look for local community groups, join them, volunteer if you have to. Because there's some like absolutely lovely volunteer spots. If you go to church, find a local church. As in, attend meetings, volunteer to work in church, and build friendships from there. I've had very random friendships from church, from people saying, oh, I really like your wig. As in, and we just gelled like that. I'll be like, yeah, me and you, we are 5 and 6 at Lepo. Just like
Seri, when you volunteer, I remember a place where I had volunteered. I wasn't working full time at the time, and I just volunteered. And there was a man there. I said, "Oh, are you?" I'm not talking about young man or old man. He said, "I once worked in Nigeria, and check. Do you know where the man went?
Where? Lagos.
No, which Lagos? Abeokuta.
Can you imagine?
Do you remember? You know this clothes in Abeokuta that Adire.
Can you imagine?
That's where the man used to work.
Wow.
Yes, way before I was born. I'm talking about 45, 60, 50 years ago. See the way we clicked. This is the son. I gave him name that Omo Olawale ne. That he is the son of the soil.
Random friendships. As in,
no, it's amazing.
Those things will tide you over. Before you know it, it becomes home.
Yeah.
Before you know it, it becomes home. And I'm sure that, everyone who has moved here has one or two stories about how they've managed and navigated loneliness abroad. So please go to our social media pages and share your story with us, leave comments, and let's learn one or two things from you. I'm sure newcomers will be eagerly waiting to learn. So the Japa Talks is what you're looking for. And we're on Instagram, X, Facebook. Also subscribe to our YouTube page. Until we'll come, your way again. I'm Joket.
And I'm Josh.
It's bye for now.